Hi everyone, this is Bruno Lima here. I'm a member of the Intercultural Language Education SIG, and today I'm going to talk to Paula Lopez. She's here in Curitiba representing the Asociación de Profesores de Inglés de Buenos Aires. Do I pronounce it correctly?
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you. Thanks for the chance to have this interview, and it was great meeting you and listening to your presentation in the pre-conference event, which was really very interesting.
Thank you so much for your words. Paula, societies have become more multicultural in the past few years, right? So, do you see the topic of multiculturality reflected in teacher education programs anyhow?
Oh, yes. Actually, we have a national curriculum that has been aware of this and has put this in some very important documents as the city curriculum, the national curriculum. So the intercultural dimension of foreign language teaching is very prominent in those documents, and so it's a very important step forward. Intercultural studies is becoming more visible as a course in itself in some programs, but also as part of other courses that are taught. But having said this, which is very encouraging, I have to add that it takes some time to actually get to the classroom. We know that there's a raising awareness, but it's still taking time to flesh it out in classroom activities, in materials. So we still have a way to go, but I must say that we're on the right track because we have the right documents. We have the willingness to do this in conferences. We also have our SIG, which has a more conservative name because it's called History and Culture SIG. But for example, this year's meetings was kicked off with the documents that Michael Byron wrote in terms of intercultural dimension in language teaching, right? So we're reading all the current literature and we're trying to see if that can happen in our classrooms. But the ideas are there, the commitment, and now we need to work harder to make it happen in real classrooms.
Like you said, it's a long way from the documents, from what's proposed in the documents, till you get to the classroom, right? How do you see teachers are currently embracing the topic in the classroom, in language classrooms in Argentina?
Well, I think that a lot of teachers are getting enthusiastic about these issues, right? But perhaps what we need is to build the confidence in them that they can do it, right? And they can do it while they do all the other things that they are supposed to do. Because sometimes teachers think, oh, the intercultural is adding a lot to their already big workload. So our challenge is to tell them, you can do it while you do all the other things. This won't take extra time. It's just, developing another way of looking at what you're doing. So you can build the intercultural dimension and at the same time do what you regularly do in your classes, right? But well, it takes some learning time. But I would say that the spirit is right. We're doing it with the future teachers who actually see a different reality. So it's easier with the younger ones to see, because they see it changing around, they're exposed to other things. They know better than maybe the older teachers do how the world is changing. They see it every day in their own lives.
Really?
Through their screens mostly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it have to do with their view of culture and language to some extent?
Oh, well, yeah, because a lot of the teachers in actual classrooms did not have such a complex view of language and culture. They studied under the pattern one nation, one culture, one language, right? There was, and regarding the foreign culture they were teaching, they just had this very descriptive approach to them. The great national works, the typical things, So there was an idealized vision of the mother country, right? Let's say Britain, the United States, idealized vision, stereotypes, and great works, canonical literature. There was a lot of that. So a lot of the older teachers have that frame of mind. And maybe, because that was their frame, maybe they say, well, my students are not going to be interested in this. And so, but the new way of looking at culture is taking root. I believe that we'll see a lot of progress in the next few years. So I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic about it. But we need to be ready to give it the time it needs to nurture it in the teachers, to sink in, to feel, to gain the confidence that you can do it. And it's not that you have to read a lot, because teachers are afraid that this will be more on their workload. So, but I believe we can do it. And now we're starting a partnership with your sake.
Yes, excellent. Paula, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
See you.